talk
Hell
and then lay it down on Ann Arbor. That was sick. When he beat Joka and was like, yo, fuck Ann Arbor, that's how you do it. Like, y'all like pussies in Twitch chat being like, fuck Ann Arbor, idiots. Come here and like say it to David and bracket. And
you know,
Burlap is going to, you know, like I respect it.
My problem is that I got too good before I started saying like fuck Ann Arbor. I tried to challenge you guys to a crew battle once where it was like 12 of my stocks against 5 of you people, and everyone was like, yeah, you'd probably win.
Yeah, you'd win.
And I was like, fuck, you can't.
Yeah.
Oh, shit,
that's
not looking
it's
good.
Actually, I think I get like where you're coming from with that, because there's a lot of hype stuff in state. Like, a lot of people don't want to money match you, you know? A lot of people wouldn't like do stuff like that crew battle with you, right? It kind of loses its hype, it loses its luster when you're like that good. It's like lonely at the top kind of thing.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's accurate?
Yeah. Well, I feel like I can't even challenge.
What? Oh my God!
I want to
explain it, please.
I want to explain for everybody. So he got invisible ceiling even before that happened with the counter right beforehand. If the invisible ceiling happens facing the left, every time you get hit after that, if you haven't already touched the ground or grabbed the ledge or whatever, you'll continually get invisible ceiling. So he got invisible ceiling multiple times only because it was on the left side of the stage.
Awesome Sauce actually made a great video about this.
Really?
Explain this. Yeah, he showed some of the clips that Kalindi did too with the Falco on Samus combos.
Yeah.
It's really one of the craziest glitches, I feel like, in Melee. That like, not frequently, but it like comes up enough.
Yeah.
And it's like so weird. Like, and wow, this is so David, just to give a little context, not the best at this matchup. David in general in the floating match, David's good at like 3 matchups. He's good at like Fox, he's good at Sheik, he's good at Falcon. Oh, he's good at the Ditto. Because that's what he plays in Ann Arbor. You know? Oh my God. But this is like, David, I feel like, is at the point where as a player, like, he can like just play these matchups. And like, this is so Marth favored, you know? Oh my God.
That was actually nuts.
Yeah, that was,
Man. You know, Burlap's going to go Dreamland. It's a whole different story, okay?
Tell me about it.
I want to see more turnips. The bigger space. Here's the thing. If Peach doesn't have a turnip in her hand, she's losing this matchup hardcore.
That's what Armada always says, right?
If she has a turnip, it's cool. But the thing that you want to do as Marth is you want to make it difficult for Peach to pull the turnip. Right? If you can make it difficult to even pull the turnip, then the matchup's going to be hard regardless. But with the amount of space that you have, see right here, instantly run up grabs.
And that's what you want to do as Marth, right? Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Oh, I'm only saying ow and like all because this is my fucking $5, bro.
This, I've been saying, David is on another level from the players in this Arcadian. I've been saying it.
It honestly seems like it. I saw the set of him and Wishblade, and it was like, oh, shoot, he's just the better Marth.
And Wishblade's in top 4.
I know,
right?
Yeah.
You want to know an amazing statistic?
Yes.
Up to this point, I think if I gave you 20 tries, you could not guess the only player in this tournament to take a game off David.
I think I heard you.
Oh, you heard the statistic?
Was it Colony?
Yeah, it's Colin. Yeah. How funny is that? Colin's Fox, by the way.
No.
He plays Fox now.
Oh, wow. Okay, that was actually super unfortunate. So what we saw right there is he tried to float out of the forward throw so he could immediately grab the ledge, but he accidentally used his double jump while that happened too. So he actually had no resources after he got thrown off the stage, which is super not what you want. Wow. I actually love how aggressive. Jeez. I'm loving how aggressive he's playing this matchup, given how Burlap's trying to play as well.
Yeah.
I think that Burlap could be meeting in the middle and contesting more, but it's just not happening nearly as much because Burlap was thinking what I was thinking. Bigger stage, I'm going to go out and pull some turnips, then I'm going to slowly work my way into neutral, and it'll be slightly more in my favor because I have a projectile.
Can I ask you, in a larger sense, right? Like, let's say this happens to you, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're playing someone, like, ostensibly, like, you're at the level where, like, Burlap can beat David, right? But you're getting absolutely washed.
Yep.
Like, do you revise your whole game plan? Do you say, like I need to be, like overhauling this, maybe, like, going a lot more, or, like, you know, something like that? Or is it, like, something where it's incremental? You're just losing a lot of little situations, and you just got to play the mix-ups better. Do you know what I'm at? Like, does that question make sense?
Yes, most definitely. So the way I approach it, and, like, okay, so I try to build a general game plan. And the way I build a general game plan, I've talked to Drug Fox about this, who's my coach, right?
Yeah.
And he's also just a genius. He says, what you shouldn't like come up with like a bunch of particulars. He says, just ask yourself, what does it look like when I'm winning? Okay. Right? And you should have an idea. Like when I play against Zane, I think to myself, what does it look like when I'm winning? Well, I'm grabbing him a lot. I'm doing good corner pressure. So like that's my general game plan. I'm gonna try to grab. I'm gonna try to like have consistent tech skill. I'm not gonna mess up when I'm close to him. Stuff like that. And if those sorts of things don't carry you to victory, if things have changed on the screen how you thought they were going to go, you need to make adjustments.
Okay.
So
to your overall like macro game
to
plan.
the macro game plan.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, okay, well, the things I thought would work are not working, and you have to be able to pay attention so that you can adapt mid-set, or else you're just going to completely get obliterated, right?
Yeah.
Because this seems to be a macro level type of destruction,
Yeah.
right? This is not like, oh, well, he is like down tilting on occasion, like compared to when Burlap's trying to dash attack and he's stuffing it before it even happens. It's like, no, Burlap is trying to back up too far, and David is willing to chase him, and he's punishing fucking hard. So, like, Burlap has to contest more. That's the macro game plan that needs to change, because this can't keep happening, right?
And contesting looks like what? Interrupting him with aerials when he's moving forward?
Yeah,
or?
low float canceled aerials. There should be a good amount of dash attack, too, which is, like, tricky to kind of work in because, I mean, like, if Marth starts to shield, it's like, well, fuck, he grabs you, and then everything sucks. But, I mean, David's just swinging a shit ton, so you have to be, like, prepared to try and meet him.
That's so hard when Marth is swinging, controlling center, he's being aggressive, he's in your face, he's swinging, but he's in your face, he's not, like, running at you, he's, like, running up into your face and then swinging. That I feel like that's so hard to deal with as any character, but, like, Peach, man, like,
sure,
what the hell do you have to be reading him so much, I feel like.
I recently had a thing on my stream where I talked about like the basics of neutral with somebody, and we were kind of like moving through the concepts. And I was like, yeah, but like that's a little bit different when like, what about Falco's laser? And they're like, well, every character has a superpower.
Yeah.
And that like kind of breaks the laws of neutral.
Yeah.
And one of the really interesting things about Marth is that he's constantly zoning you, even when he's like attacking you.
Yeah.
Because he has such a large disjoint. And for Peach to try and deal with that is incredibly difficult, right?
It's so hard.
So it's like, damn, well he's like zoning me out, but like he's also in my face. Like, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
And eventually, if you're not able to pull these turnips, if he's standing at a threatening range enough at the time, then it's just like, well, you have to get the reads correct, right? You have to, like, if he's going to shield, expecting you to dash attack, you got to grab him. But, like, imagine running across the stage and just grabbing his Peach. It's like, well, heck, that's a read.
Yeah.
That's a read and a half.
Yeah. And like, you know, imagine he doesn't do what you think he's going to do, right?
And
like, then it gets really bad. And the worst thing about it is, man, like, the neutral is so one-sided, but usually in these, like, matchups with floaties where the neutral is one-sided, at least the floaty has the punish game. But Marth's punish, I feel like, is